Welcome in, friends. Welcome back. Episode 5, 6, 7, I don't know. Is 6 with the pilot, I believe.
Yeah, episode 5, but
Episode 5 officially. So, welcome in. We are back in the dungeon for the foreseeable future. I think we'll be here. Thanks for joining us tonight. What's that?
we'll be here for a while.
Yeah, we'll be here for a little while. So, just Tony and I tonight. Again, we're looking to do Tuesday nights going forward. I think that was our old podcast night in a different life. So we'll see if that can hold. It should. I mean, you're
Probably.
usually free.
I mean, I've got it scheduled off. So
got it scheduled
yeah.
off. So. Yeah, so we're here, always making changes. You know, we're very adaptive. Been blessed to have this space and, you know, just making the best out of our situation. So, we're going to be in John chapter 3 tonight. Did we do the whole chapter 2 last week?
I thought we finished it. So
Why did we start it last week? We start chapter 2 last week? I don't know if we did or not.
I don't recall.
But yep, we'll be in John chapter 3. How's your week been going?
Oh, fine.
Or your week since we were on last Monday.
Right. Yeah. For me, fine. Family a little bit less, but there's been some good development there too. So that's
Yeah, there's your grandmother, right?
yeah, some hard stuff.
We'll definitely pray for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the show goes on. You know, trying to share it out there a little bit, talking to some more people about it. Eventually, want to get some people in studio. I don't know. I don't know how to get Alex back or Dakota for that matter, but
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe someday. That's been a lifelong challenge of mine.
Oh,
Just trying to corral.
pinning people down.
Yeah, trying to corral people. I'm enjoying it so far. I think the audience is liking it. I've gotten some positive feedback. We got Christianity Worldview. I don't know if he'll be chiming in tonight, but
Yeah.
he was a big help last week.
Yeah, I know I mentioned to him that it would be tonight or tomorrow.
What's that?
I know I mentioned to him that it would be
Oh,
tonight
you
or
did
tomorrow.
say something to him? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know which it would be.
Didn't know what?
I didn't know which day it would be
Oh, yeah.
until after I spoke with
Yeah,
him.
I think if we can be consistent, it will help.
That will help.
You know
yes.
what I mean? That helps people kind of remember, 9 o'clock on Tuesdays.
Yep.
We can plan around it better.
Yep.
We got our setup kind of semi-permanent. You know, we're kind of like living off the tour bus, really.
Yeah.
Is kind of what we're doing. So
Yep.
we'll give people just a couple more minutes to kind of filter in, and we'll talk about whatever. You know, we kind of bounce around. You know, like I guess for an intro for first timers here, this is not a theology show.
Yeah.
I really view
would say
this
it
as
is.
a Bible study.
Yes.
I don't want anybody to come here and take my word for anything, or your word, or
Right.
whoever, whatever guests we have on. My dream for this show is to have it where there are people on Discord. You know, we're much more limited in this space than we were our previous space. We could have fit 6 people
Right.
before. It would have been tight, but we
Yeah.
could have fit 6 guests plus you.
Right.
And that's not to mention we could have had people just sitting off to the side.
Right.
So
I mean,
we
that
could
would have been quite tight, but yeah, it
Yeah, it
would have
would've
been doable. I think I only have.
that table
I would have had to bring some
6'5"
extra mics, but yeah.
pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
But at any rate, like I'd like to get people that are non-believers on here.
Yeah. Skeptics.
To me, it's about discussing, reading the Bible, obviously, and talking about it. But we bounce all over the place.
Yep.
You know, we kind of get on tangents and jump through. I really want to get a study Bible of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the best ones are for.
I do know ones that I'll avoid.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the one that I have. I may look into another one, but
Yeah, I like that cross reference. My Bible's got a lot of footnotes, but it doesn't have, and I don't know how I feel about the commentary.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to. I don't reading the Bible through this year. like I have my own notebook that I'm filling up with my thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't have any, and those are going to change, and I'm sure very very off base on many things. But I just kind of jot down what comes to mind, what stands out. Like is this? I'm still in the Old Testament. Is this referencing Jesus? Is this, and he's all through it. You know what I mean? It's a pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty apparent.
Yeah, I think if you're being honest, right? And I'm fascinated with the historical side of it too. Like there's a couple things I want to touch on before we get to the reading. Just the way history lines up, and I find all that fascinating. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is about the way my brain kind of compartmentalizes knowledge, but like maybe it's just my history as a nerd.
Sure.
Like the lore component.
Yeah.
Not to call the Bible lore, but like it kind of.
Oh yeah. I mean, lore implies that it's like made up, but
right. But it's the same concept. Like it's the history of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference between history and lore, right?
Right.
Like lore is fabricated. History is.
But yeah, like it's kind of crazy how like this Bible does have some pretty good like timelines in it. Let's see if I can. Like it'll let's see if we can.
Oh yeah, see that kind of stuff is very. I'm very much a visual person.
Yeah.
Like some people can look at a wall of text and get everything out of it. I need to like annotate and draw stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be very helpful to me. I don't have anything like that timeline wise.
Yeah, and like it'll have like who was ruler of what. Like it's got the Mesopotamian Empire, Northern, Southern, Egyptian, Syria, Palestine, like who was leading all of those at whatever time.
See, when we were doing our study of Esther, with my men's group at church, which is Thursday nights in Adrian, you guys should come if you're available, and you're a man. We got not hung up, but we really were talking about, because it talks about how the dispatches sent out to all the provinces.
Yeah.
And the Persian Empire was massive.
Yeah.
From India to Israel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All across the Mideast there, and just all that's fascinating. And to be able to see who the ruler was, and they think that Artaxerxes not Artaxerxes, what? Ahasuerus. They think that's Xerxes from
300.
Yeah, like of 300 fame, right?
Yeah.
So that whole, like the Battle of Thermopylae is, in our parlance, like you just said, 300.
Yeah.
That was really, what was that, 2006? I didn't know anything about.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about the Greek and Persian War. What do they call that? Is that the Greco-Persian War?
It might be. And when was that?
What's that?
When was that?
Oh. So that was 800 BC or 700 something. Well, no, because Isaiah was written in 700 BC, 700 years before Christ. So
740 to 681.
What was it?
740 to 681 for Isaiah.
Okay, so then like what is that? Is it the Greco-Persian War? For some reason, I cannot think of the name of that war. That's crazy to me.
Let's see.
At any rate,
Looks like the Assyrian Empire started in the late 800s. Early Roman.
Did the Babylonians conquer the Assyrians? Because that was another thing we were talking about. Because the
like
Babylonians conquer Israel.
It looks like they did just before 600.
They conquered Assyria?
That appears to be the case.
Yeah, because in Babylonia, or the Babylonians conquer, like Nebuchadnezzar takes away the Israelites, the kingdom is scattered, and the Babylonian exile starts, but then the Persians take over the Babylonians.
Right.
Right, so
yep.
I believe Daniel ends up
600s.
working for the Persian emperor also.
Yeah.
Because he's advisor to Nebuchadnezzar, the whole
Yeah.
writing on the wall. What is that? Nunu Teku Nu Farson or so,
That I don't know.
it's the when God writes on the wall.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. He writes it in a language that Nebuchadnezzar can read, obviously. Or wait, no, they have to interpret it, right?
I think they had to bring in
That's what it
interpreters.
was. They do have to interpret it, and then Nebuchadnezzar like becomes a cow. He's like bovine for a while, and
Oh, I don't remember.
he like God makes him lose his senses for a while.
Okay.
And he like eats grass and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Daniel's a crazy story, crazy
Yeah,
book.
I'll have to revisit that one because
It's,
I feel
it's
like
not super long. We should do that one time.
yeah, I feel like when you're going through, like a lot of my studies have been like as a child, and I feel like they kind of neglect some of those heavier stories.
Well, yeah, and some of that stuff, like how do you, like I
Like that's
actually
pretty creepy.
Well, some of it can be, yeah,
Like a hand just appearing and
Yeah.
writing on the wall.
yeah, and you know, so how do you make it make sense to like a 7-year-old or a
Right.
10-year-old?
Right.
Because you don't want them thinking like, oh, it's a ghost. God's a ghost.
Right.
You know, because they see unfortunately they get a lot more influence from culture than they do
Right.
the Bible. You know.
Yeah.
I did I taught a Sunday school class on the image. So in Daniel chapter 3 is like what was it 90-foot tall graven image that everybody was supposed to bow down and worship. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego,
Yeah.
they refuse.
Yeah.
And the punishment's getting thrown into a furnace, and they crank the furnace up, and they throw them in there, and they're unharmed. They're like, either God's going to save us, or he's going to take us out quickly. You know, he's going to
Right.
protect us either way.
Yeah.
And then they look in there, and Nebuchadnezzar's like, it is Nebuchadnezzar. He's like, I thought we threw 3 guys in there, because there's the 4th image, the Son of
Yeah.
Man, was in there. So
Right.
Christ was in there with them.
Yeah.
And when I never knew that story until late last year, early this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just was not anything I'd ever
Yeah.
was not familiar with.
Yeah. I think that one's a VeggieTales.
What's that?
I think that one's a VeggieTales.
Yeah, and there's my kids watch the show Superbook.
Okay.
They're not vegetables. It's like a brother and sister, and they have like this robot that takes them back in time,
Okay.
and they go live these Bible stories. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty good. But there's Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego episode.
Okay.
So my kids know about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego way before I did.
Yeah.
They got me beat by 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the guy who wrote VeggieTales was like really like regretted so much of what he had done. Because I forget what it taught, but it taught something that he didn't agree with after a while.
Like it's not biblical, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you run that that risk, right? And
Right.
That you know, kids are it's a very. I think it's so important. You know what I mean? Because like, how many times have you heard something about the human mind? Like when there's a bias towards the first time you hear something.
Yeah.
Right, like you internalize that as truth.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when kids, obviously it's their first exposure. They didn't have any, you know, they're not downloaded with.
Yeah.
So if something's wrong, they tend to carry that. And another one is like when it's in media, like movies, and sometimes it's not intentional, but like
Right.
I can't remember what the example was, but when we were talking about Esther, somebody in our group had seen a play, and I can't remember the detail of it, but the detail was wrong. So we were reading the text, and like, it was just, it's something largely inconsequential, but the bias of hearing it the first time is very interesting.
Yeah. No, I remember hearing like there were like little stories, and for whatever reason, a lot of like Bible school teachers or writers or publishers like adding like little random things. And so it'd be your first time hearing the story, and I just like assume that whatever they added was true,
Right.
but it wasn't.
Right. It's not always malicious by any means.
No, like they're just trying to add a perspective or make it more
right?
relatable
And maybe
to a
they
child.
relate
But
it differently than even was intended, right? So
Right.
all that stuff's very, I think, like we talked last week, like not a salvific
right,
issue. You know what I mean? As long as you're conveying the actual gospel. But even that, I mean, there are people that go to their grave thinking that it's works.
yeah,
Plus, now the thing is, like, there's got to be a philosophical term for this, but if they're correct and the people that believe works are necessary and they live their life doing good works and having faith, like the world's not a worse place,
right,
right? Whereas if people like myself who believe it's faith alone and we happen to be wrong, then we're the people that Jesus will say,
yeah.
be gone, I never knew you.
Right.
I don't think that's the case.
Well, I mean, the works follow faith.
What's that?
The works follow the faith, and we're
Yeah,
told
I agree. I agree. But like we were talking Calvinism last week, like how can you be sure you're saved?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure based on my belief that it's by faith.
Right.
I try to do the right thing whenever it comes up, but I know there's times where I screw up subconsciously.
Oh yeah.
That I don't know that I have screwed up. So
Yeah, there's no getting around that.
no,
But
I agree. That's why I struggle a lot with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah. But yeah, I guess the VeggieTales guy, it was one of them, and his regret was a focus on morality over core Christian teachings.
oh, like he was teaching from hell backwards.
I think it was more like here's what you should do, as opposed to here's what Jesus did for you.
Oh, right, right. That's another problem with the works-based gospel, right?
Yeah.
Is it start you start putting faith in your own.
Yeah.
What is it in Proverbs that it's? Let me see if we're in Proverbs right now, so I might have it underlined. If I don't, I'll jump away from it real quick. I never jump away real quick. I always have to find it.
Yeah.
About trusting you trust in the Lord, not yourself. You know what I mean? Don't trust in your own knowledge.
Right. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Yeah, you know where that is?
I don't.
Oh, right here. You nailed it right there. It's
Okay.
chapter 3, verse 5 of Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. 100% nailed it. It was earlier in Proverbs than I thought.
Yeah. I did try to use AI, but it didn't give me that verse.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, no, I actually had that one from memory.
All right. Well, hey, we're far enough in. We've basically started the conversation. Let's say our prayer, and we'll basically continue what we're doing. You need to remind me. Let's just pray in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk because otherwise I'll get going.
Yeah.
And I just don't shut up like that. And that worries me about guests now. And you'll have to keep me under control.
About.
Well, I just ramble. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Not I just talk. I'm just a talker. So.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this opportunity to discuss your word again tonight, to get into the nitty gritty of John chapter 3. And Father, we just ask that you open our hearts and minds to what you want us to see, and just guide our conversation here, and keep us from straying here and there, which at least I tend to do. But thank you so much for this platform and the people that it's going to reach, not even just today, but in the future. And hopefully we can do just one small part of helping people come to your word, Father. Thank you for this opportunity in this platform, and please bless us for the rest of this show. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, so the thing I wanted to chat about, in the history vein, so the history of the world and how the Bible fits into that, right? Obviously, as believers, it's commingled, right? There's no history without the presence of God.
Right.
So when you look around the world and you see these different cultures, and you see So I'm looking at a world map up there over your shoulder. The viewers can't see it. It's up
Yeah.
on my wall here.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
Yeah, that one section it fell down the other day.
Oh,
It's just up there with sticky tape.
Okay.
Anyway, that is not the purpose of the show.
I get it.
No, I'm saying my elaboration.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, hey, we do have some comments over here. Now, the comments are on this.
Yep. I can pop it out.
I see it. Here. Can you pop it out and get it bigger on this screen? Oh, that is huge. That's perfect.
Well, it's going to cover up the...
That's right. Can you put it like... Well, you're working on the same... I forget we don't have 4 monitors right now.
I know, yeah.
Just make it work for you, and I'll find it.
Okay. I'll try it right here for a little bit.
At any rate, welcome, Christianity Worldview. Topic right now, we are going to talk about... I want to talk about, like, monoliths or megaliths around the world.
Okay.
And just
That's
how that...
very different from John, but all right.
What's that?
It's probably not in
Not going
John.
to be in John,
No.
for sure. For sure. But it was just something I was thinking about earlier. So I was saying, I'm looking at this map, and like the way that the world is divided, like for a long time, nobody was in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
All the people were in the Eastern Hemisphere, right?
Yep.
And there's new evidence that like maybe this land bridge concept didn't really happen. So like, how did these
Oh,
people?
yeah, I don't think-
How did they get here, right?
Right.
And I'm really of the belief that like when God scattered the people and the languages, like I think He uprooted people and changed people.
Yeah.
You know, and that may even be the origin of like different ethnicities.
Yeah.
I don't know that. That's just kind of a guess that I have. I mean, because we were all from Adam, right? And
Right.
like,
Yeah, I've heard theories that, like, maybe not, but
maybe not what? Which part?
all from Adam. But I don't know.
I think it's pretty clear that there was...
Well, then it goes back to Noah. I don't know if...
Well,
I
I've
don't know. It's a little
another,
weird.
like a graph thing, like you were
Yeah.
showing in your Bible. I've got a thing that shows kind of where where Noah's sons went, right? Like, because one of them went up into Europe, one went into Asia, and one went kind of down into Africa.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like Shem, Ham, and I forget the other name. But I don't think that's largely true because they all stayed for the Tower of Babel.
Sure.
And it's entirely possible that the languages were split along those lines, but
Well, I think there was still one language, right? And
up until
Babel,
Yeah.
right? So... I like Christianity Worldview, man. He's got the same. So he's talking about Deuteronomy 32,
yeah.
the Babel. So like something else. There's just more to the Babel story. Now, is there more in the Apocrypha? Is there anything in Jubilee about? Because like
I haven't read
literally,
Jubilee.
it's not very much. I want to look at Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. I cannot say that word. Deuteronomy 32. Christianity Worldview, are you a fan of Heiser? Let's get to John. We'll get to John here. We got a few more minutes. He appreciates Michael Heiser. Yeah, that's
I don't know him.
He's dead now. I think he died 2 or 3 years ago. There's a lot of... I don't really know how to describe him in one sentence. He's like... he did a podcast called the Naked Bible Podcast.
Okay.
Like they would just read the Bible. Like just go over the Bible and...
Sure.
Yes, dead. Yes, he is with the Lord now. Deuteronomy... But he was a big one on... his big thing really was like the Divine Council that like basically got into like regional archangels, or I don't know if they were archangels, but He's hit and miss. I'm sure. Like anybody else, right? Like you don't want to develop everything from one
Right.
set of views, but it's just interesting, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole fallen angel thing and kind of weird stuff, like just what's going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that we don't understand, and he was man, what's like an academic, right?
Yeah.
So like, and he tried to write stuff for the layman that to make the Bible more accessible.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll definitely do a Deuteronomy 32. I just find that stuff so interesting, like the megaliths and how does that, so I really think that the Watchers and the fallen angels. I mean, I don't know if they're the Watchers may be. It might be a job title type thing.
My
you know what I
understanding
mean?
is that's it's a job title / rank.
Right,
like cherubim,
Whereas
seraphim.
angel, like the word angel, kind of is like means messenger, kind of.
I think so, but they
Like there's
all
different categories of heavenly beings, right?
right.
I don't know what they all are. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bible a lot of times talks about how many there are.
Right.
You know, there's a ton of them.
Yeah. Oh, a different class than angel, but yeah, I've heard them all kind of described as angel.
That's
and like
kind
some
of like
them,
the catch-all like, colloquial term.
right? And some of them seem to be generally, in the image of God and humans, or at least they're portrayed as being that, and others are like the meme of like multiple faces,
Yeah, so like
just covered in eyes.
Revelation, is John see like the weird things he sees? Are those angels, or are they something else? You know, because he describes like Revelation's wild.
Yeah, I need to go over Revelation more.
I don't know. I don't really know. All this stuff's very weird. You know what I mean? Like, and again, like we talk about salvation every week. It's not important necessarily to salvation, but it is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I said earlier, my brain like trying to piece all these things together. Like, how do they fit together?
Right.
And we're not told everything because we don't need to know everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we're told enough. We're told the Nephilim are on the earth in those days and also afterwards.
Right.
Why are we told that?
Right, which makes you wonder, like, how much did the floods destroy?
Now, and see, that's where I'm like, God doesn't make any mistakes. So, like, the flood killed everybody it was meant to kill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, does that mean he allowed some? What is it? It's not Beowulf. What's the other one? The Gilgamesh.
Okay.
Okay, the Epic of Gilgamesh. He hitches a ride on the boat.
Okay.
I want to say, like, he's hanging on the boat as you know what I mean. That's how he survives the flood.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Angels were messengers, while Watchers were part of the divine council and had dominion. The angels didn't. Okay, so then are those the regional? Are the Watchers the regional powers? So like in Daniel again, we're gonna have to read Daniel now because we keep referencing it. But Daniel's praying, right? And he's praying for I think it's like 21 days, and finally, I believe it's Michael shows up, and he's like, "Hey, no, whatever angel shows up, he's like, hey, I would have been here sooner, but I was held up by the Prince of Persia." So he was the principality that Paul talks about, rulers of this world, right? So there's powers and principalities that we can't see, the supernatural realm. Is that what the Watchers are?
So yeah.
The other option.
So my understanding was that the Watchers were supposed to have been taken out by the flood, or at least they were believed to have been taken out by the flood, which would have made it difficult for them
Did the Watchers were taken out by the flood?
That's what the idea was.
Well, I know in Enoch, the Watchers come to Enoch, and they're like, "Hey, we're having these dreams. Like, we're going to be yeah, they want Enoch to interpret their dreams, right?
I don't
Or they
think
want him
that
to go
happened.
to God. They want him to intercede for them.
Yes,
with
that
God.
did happen. Yes.
And God's like, "No, man."
Yeah.
Well, now in back to the Heiser theory in Psalms, Psalm 82, he's telling them, he's talking to the divine council, like these angels that are just like in Job when Satan's in the council with God and the other angels, right? Like,
Right.
I think the Hebrew is Elohim, right? So it's like God and
Sure.
the gods. So people freak out. They're like, oh, that's polytheism. No, it's still God is God.
Right.
But anyway, so like there's clearly these meetings happen. Like they're mentioned in the Bible, like
Yeah.
outside of Enoch and stuff. So these meetings happen, but he tells them you're going to die like men. Go to Psalm 82. Let's just read it. We're on the topic where Yahweh is scolding the watchers that he gave over the nations. So then, hang on. That is how the Nephilim, like Goliath, existed after the flood because there was another incursion. Is that what I missed up here? So angels and messengers or watchers were part of the divine council and had dominion. The angels did not. So they were a rank above. Other option is that some other watchers rebelled again. So there was another incursion and more Nephilim with women. Yes, and Daniel. I think the second incursion is the only, without saying God made a mistake in the flood, I think the second incursion theory is the only way to judge. Now, we're not told that specifically.
Right.
I find that so fascinating, man. Like you want to talk about stuff you're not going to learn in Sunday school.
Oh yeah.
Is this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that like there's just not enough reliable information.
Well, yeah,
to,
and like we're racking our brains trying to like think of different ways, but God has told us what He wants us to know,
right.
right? And then like that's not to say like things that won't get revealed later either.
Right.
You know, not like a new. I don't mean like a new prophet, but like things that will stand out in the text to us at the time.
Right.
That is necessary,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely for the watchers to stand out, but I mean,
To stand
I
out?
wouldn't exclude the possibility.
What do you mean to stand out?
Just additional information, or
Oh, gotcha.
or at least anywhere near the amount that would satisfy
Sure.
us.
Okay, so here's Psalm 82. So God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. Right, so let me see if I can find quickly my footnotes. 82. So, yeah, so Elohim, right? So, like, the God is standing amongst the gods, right? Like the whole lowercase g thing.
Right.
How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Defend the poor and fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy, deliver the poor and the needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course, which also means unstable. So the foundations of the earth are unstable. So something bad has happened here, right?
Yeah.
I've said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So this is lowercase gods for me.
Yep.
82:6. So mighty ones are judges. So judges over the nations. Right, is what Christianity worldview said earlier.
Yep.
But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all the nations. Interesting.
Oh. 82:6 references John 10:34, but and then the other one references Job.
The council, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, comments here. So, Christianity Worldview says there's some exegetical. Now, is that... what does that word mean?
It's like reading, like basically, it's like interpretation.
Okay, exegesis.
Yeah, that's the.
Okay, gotcha. So Genesis 6:3 says, whenever. Oh, that's right. So like when the children of I shouldn't be going from memory, but I'll get lost in the text. Yeah, when it says whenever they're on earth, saying that like that they would take daughters of men as wives.
Mm-hmm.
So not when, but whenever.
Right.
Which insinuates that it's whenever it happens, right? Whenever they're here,
Yeah.
they can't contain themselves. Meaning it happened more than once. We can talk about that one day when I'm on. Hey, this would be great. You're in the South, right? Christianity worldview. ESV is much better for this psalm. That do you have ESV over there?
I have NIV, which is pretty close to ESV. It's not
Gotcha.
identical, but it is much clearer than the KJV.
What's the LXX translators?
I'm not
What's that
sure
mean?
actually.
I'm going to go to Genesis. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to jump to Genesis 6:4, and then we are going to read John. This is great though. This is fantastic. Genesis 6:4. Septuagint. Got LXX means Septuagint. Oh, gotcha. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. In the Septuagint it reads whenever. Right? Am I?
I assume that
Septuagint is just the Greek translation of the Old Testament.
right. The earliest Greek.
Oh, it's like the oldest Greek?
Yeah. Or the earliest Greek, but yeah, same.
Gotcha.
Basically same meaning.
Gotcha. Very interesting stuff. Okay, we are going to run out of time for John, so we may not finish much at all. So let's see here. Yeah, we're definitely not going to finish John, but all right. So are we ready here?
Yeah.
And what version you got? NIV pulled up there?
I'll pull ESV just to.
Yeah, because you got NIV on
I
the
got
desk,
NIV
right?
on my yeah.
Okay, that'll give us kind of three to pull from to start. This is good stuff. This is exactly what I wanted to do this show, man. Okay, here we go. So I remember reading this
Yeah.
when I was not a young Christian, but when I really started like thinking, hey, I need to read the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, like I have this, like I believe, but I need to go understand what I believe. And this is one of the first things I really remember reading. So we'll start it off here. So John chapter 3, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, and it's always interesting when they call him Rabbi also, because it's almost like a underhanded.
I could see how it could come off that way, but that's just the word I think for teacher, if I remember
Well, at least
correctly.
when the Pharisees do it, right? Because